Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good evening to all of you, my dear.
Basically, the events can be consist of, you can say, called two types: simple events and the composite event, या compound भी कहते हैं आप उसे. So simple is having just the one outcome in itself, and compound या composite having more than one outcome. Okay, these are the particular definition over here. You can read it by yourself. I told you that there are two possibilities of the event. One is called the simple event and one is called the component event. But both can be certainly derived from the sample space, because sample space is the totality, the all possible outcomes. And from all possible outcomes, we can make the simple event or we can make the composite event. In the very last example, what we did in the boys and girls volume, we already made some sort of events. Like here, exactly 3 girls is a simple event because there's just one output you haven't taken from sample space. And the rest of the at least 2 girls, at the most 1 boy, and at least 2 boys are the compound or composite, like this. So this is the example. Certainly one more example is given to you, and you can do it by yourself. Have a look what he was studying over here. So the first thing which we have to start it by to calculate the probability is the classical approach. There is a likelihood approach, there is the subjective approach, but we will confine to the classical approach. Classical approach said to us that we have to calculate the probability by favorable events by the total events. And the classical probability uses the sample space to determine the classical probability that an event will happen. Means we have to utilize our sample space and we need to calculate the favorable cases, count the favorable cases in the sample space about the particular event, and then divided by the total, we will get the probability of that particular event in which we are interested. So the classical probability assumes, this is the assumption, okay, that all outcomes in the sample space are equally likely. Equally likely means unbiased. Anything can be happened. When a single die is rolled, each outcome has the same probability of occurring. It seems that it's an equally likely events. Since there are 6 outcomes, each outcome has a equal probability, equal probable, which is 1/6. When a card is selected from an ordinary deck of 52 cards, so you assume that the deck has been shuffled properly. So randomly you need to draw it, and each card has the same probability of being selected. What it would be? It would be 1/52. Certainly, there are total 52 cards. Then some specification in that: heart ho, king ho, heart of king ho, blah blah blah. So many specifications we can made in that. But each and every for this very particular assumption that equally likely to be occur is 1/52. So according to classical definition, the probability can say like this: the number of the outcomes in A and the total number of outcomes in the sample space. Number of outcomes, symbolically it has to be, you can see it on the screen, NA divided by NS. NA are the numbers in the favor of that event, and NS is the total number in the sample space. So this probability is called the classical probability by the classical approach, by definition, you can say. So here is one example, and you have to observe and see that.
Thank you very much for watching my video. Please